Hello there, Allegiance pilots. This is the Alaskan coming to you to talk a little bit about setting up your opening scout and finding the Alephs. And by Alephs, I mean the wormholes that are connected you to these sectors on the mini-map. So, as we start the game, as we always do, it's in the hangar. We got some game stats right here, our mini-map down below. Let's go ahead and get started in the ship selection loadout screen. So this is my scout here spinning in the middle. Your opening scouts can vary by faction, but usually there's just a few schools of thought on how to load out your opening scout. You might get a few different opinions, but this is mine. So to start out, I'm going to go ahead and swap out these probes. I'm not going to probe probably till the second time I launch a scout once my constructors have planted and I want to start investigating his sectors. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw a couple proximity mines, and then I'm going to load it up with dumbfire missiles. And as always, do not forget to load your nanite repair gun. This is going to be the gun that you can swap in for your main gun and repair your allies' ships or any of your constructors, all that good stuff. So some of the other factions might not have missiles available, or you could have, Gatarn has both your gun and your nanite loaded at the same time, but this is a pretty basic setup. This is one I like to go with. So let's go ahead and get out of base and get scouting. So once I launch from base, I'm going to go ahead and stop, hit F3, and that's going to take me to command view. Now I can look around this particular sector, as well as hover over the mini-map and look at these sectors. When you begin a game, if you're new, your commander's probably going to tell you which sector on the mini-map he wants you to go to. You can get to these particular sectors by going into their corresponding Alephs, the wormholes that you'll see around here. So, if my commander says, hey, go to Mish, I'll left click on Mish in the minimap, and my autopilot will begin to take me to the Mish Aleph. I can also right click on the Aleph and my autopilot will go there. So one thing I like to do, I like to make sure that I'm flying parallel with the grid so that when I click F3, it's just nice and clean upward. It'll make my transition to cockpits a lot easier. And I also like to hold down forward thrust. It gives me a little bit better acceleration. So now I've entered that sector Mish. You'll see that I have a little arrow over this sector now, and I can see that I'm in it. Now, how do I find the Alephs to find more sectors around the map? Well, on this particular map, I know there's 2 more sectors in here. I just have to find them. And in general, your sectors will make kind of a shape. In this case, if there's 3 total Alephs, there's going to be a big triangle. And where am I going to find these Alephs? I'm going to try to look for the big empty spots, the dead spots between the rocks, because Alephs like to be out in a clearing. So I'm guessing there's going to be one in this range. And kind of looking over here, it looks like this rock's, these rocks are a little bit down. Maybe one's going to be upward. And let's just go ahead and see if we can find them.
Autopilot engaged.
Again, if I hit F3, you'll see that I spun upside down. It makes it a little bit disorienting. Hey, I found that Aleph. So I just like to make sure I rotate my ship and I'm parallel with the plane. So you see that I found the Braggy Aleph. You'll see it named Braggy, and you can see the little wormhole. And then you can see that there's a new sector appearing on the map with a little sector right here called Braggy. And if I go through there, I will transfer into the Braggy sector. Well, I know there's another Aleph in here. I want to go ahead and find it. And again, I think it's over here in the soft spot, maybe a little bit high off the map. And it should hopefully make a bit of a triangle. You'll see there's one over in this quadrant of the sector, another right here, Fenris. And so I know it's going to be somewhere on this half of the map, hoping where I'm looking right now. So I'm looking for this Aleph. Again, soft spot. I see those rocks are below, so I'm going to look above. And hey, wouldn't you know, I found it. I went to the place that I thought it was, I used that geometrical shape idea, and I looked for the clearing between the rocks. So that's a quick intro into how to find Alephs, get your opening scout going. It's really important. Your commanders will really appreciate having an efficient scout right off the bat. So definitely read up in the forums, and I will see you out there. This is the Alaskan. Good night.